How we doing, YouTube? Archman here. It's kind of funny, the moniker handle Archman is something that I've kind of gone by or been called from very young from my dad. Archman. So yeah, that's kind of where that comes from. Somebody was asking me that the other day. Actually, a friend of mine was like, that I've known since 2003, 2004 was like, how did we start calling you Archman? I was like, well, it's because my friend Chewy visited the rafting company that I was working back then, and then he ended up working with us, and then he ended up being my boss, and I ended up being his boss, and I worked there for 13 years. But and that's where it really kind of took off, was just the Archman thing, and I've always liked it, so I just kind of was like, fuck it. But now that I'm 43 years old, I'm like, I seem a little bit old to be Archman, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, the last video I did was on the fancy knives, and what's funny is I intended to buy the Rhino and the Bog Oak to be like a beginning to like just collecting knives, but you can see like I took the lanyard off this thing because like this fucking thing it's too sweet just to be a collector, to be honest. Like what's funny is like that makes it more of a, you can see I already got a little bobo on it. That usually makes it like more of a collector for a lot of folks, but I was just like, you know what, fuck it, man, like this thing's going in the pocket. I what's funny is like for a company who touts aerospace tolerances and all this shit. I mean, we know that's not true, because if you're gonna have like crazy tolerances, they have to be like exacting to high degree and repeatable to high degree. But if you've owned 3, 4, 2, even 2, if you've owned 20 Sebenzas, you're gonna be able to tell the difference in all of them. Like you would be able to tell the difference if you really kind of appreciate it, the difference between each and every one blindfolded, I think, but they just all have their own little unique things, little differences in the detents, little differences in like the way that they open and close, even like little differences in the lock sound and the lock engagement and disengagement and all that kind of stuff. And there's only one Sebenza, and I know that I've probably shown 10 different Sebenzas on YouTube, but I bought my first Sebenza in 2001. I was a Chris Reeve dealer back then. I started doing YouTube reviews in 2008. So I don't even know how many Sebenzas I've had I've owned at least 20, and I've had 50 go through my hands. And I've only had two that I just like was like, whoa, I love the action on them. And one of them is this 21. This is a 2011 21. And then this fucking Rhino. And what I really like is two things. I really like just a dialed detent, like stiff. I like a detent on the stiffer side for sure, like where most people would complain about it, like this thumb lug hurts my finger or my thumb or whatever. Like I like a stiff detent, but not crazy stiff. I've also had them where they are too stiff, but this thing is dialed so well. The lock was just a hair sticky when I got it, and again, that's also another thing that I usually, if it just has the right amount of like, it's a little too sticky. Usually, to me, that displays that it's going to break in like perfectly. And this one, I was like, before I kind of decided if I was going to put it in my pocket or not, I was like, let's see what happens with that little sticky lock. And I sat there watching a little, you guessed it, Letterkenny, the best show ever. There's 5 people watching right now. At least 6 people will watch this video in the next year. For God's sakes, if you don't or haven't watched Letterkenny, dude, you got to watch Letterkenny on Hulu. It's worth the $5 a month alone to watch Letterkenny. Best show ever. Arkansas Apexing. What's up, Arch? What's up, man? Rooftop Thoughts. You know what? I think you never sleep. I'm pretty damn sure. What time? You're in Taiwan, right? Is that right? I'm sorry, I should know that. But well, I wonder what time it is there. 5x5 6mm. Big excuse. Yeah. Yeah, those CF ones are the shit, man. I would love to get a CF one. But fuck, now I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought because I'm actually doing like a kidney cleanse or a liver cleanse with my wife. My wife is, for those of you that don't know, she's an amazing fitness and nutrition instructor, and she's very health conscious, much more health conscious than I am. Also 14 years younger than I am. No big deal. And so we're doing a liver cleanse, which means a lot of tea. Another thing that means is, well, Jose lives in the basement with me. Boys. This is actually Hornitos. So yeah, there's that. Not too much weed. Maybe every now and then in the evenings. Doctor says I need a backiotomy. Brand new colony says congrats on the Haas. So I was gonna also do eventually a YouTube video where I'm gonna tell you guys that I'm not just talking shit on starting machining business. I bought a $40,000 machine. So that's pretty fucking exciting. Well, I put a down payment on it. You got to pay 10% and then you can finance the rest. So, but I'm fucking going for it. I got that bitch. So yeah, Find Philip Outdoors. Damn, dude. You know what? I like piping hot tea, and this fucking that goddamn whiskey at Hornitos made it a lot cooler, unfortunately. But yeah, so back to the Rhino. You know what's interesting is yep, I'm gonna do a pipe. The reason I'm gonna do a pipe is because, for one thing, back when I was 18, I was invested heavily in the weed industry, even before, obviously before it was legal. And I was super into what they call gadget pipes over in Europe. And in Europe, they were at least really popular. And I became involved with a guy named Rick Creeley, who was making a pipe called the Silver Palm Leaf. They probably still make the Silver Palm Leaf. This is like a kind of a credit card pipe. And they were pretty expensive back in the day, $60-$70, but it's pretty cool. I was like really into art back then, and I traded. We did comic books, and so I would trade my artwork for like swag, and he would send me just like boatloads of pipes, and I could just like, sell them to my friends or whatever. I didn't fucking know what I was doing, but like, so I was really into it, and I wanted to get into machining at the time. And hey, on the other side of the pond. God, I can't wait to go back to Europe, man. Once this shit's all done with, I just can't wait. My wife either. But what's good is both of us have been doing pretty good, all things considered. I've had a little bit of a lull in my work with Corona, but we've been very fortunate to be considered, what's the word? Non-restricted for Corona. So our savings for our travel budget is growing, so that's good. Anyway, so yeah, sorry to get off on the tangent with the pipes, but yeah, I'm going to be making a pipe first. So just because I think there's a good market for it, it's going to be a really badass 3D machine, like pipe. I designed a bunch back when I was 18, and now I'm going to go ahead and fucking make something similar to what I designed when I was 18. So, dude, they're going to be the shit. They really are going to be the shit, honestly. You know what's funny? I'll just show real quick. Here's an old drawing, a prototype. Oh, quick. That's all you're getting. That's it. Because I'm waiting until I do the CAD to really do it. But they're not going to be cheap. Obviously, they're going to be involved. They're going to be fancy. But anyway, let's go back to the Rhino. Also, real quick, god damn it, I keep going off. So I had this mirrorless camera, and I was fucking with all this shit last time, and I got a new GoPro to really get involved with the YouTube. I'm gonna have a backdrop, all this shit, and be able to change point of views and all that, and really try to step up everything. Look forward to that. But I got the wrong fucking HDMI cable for this, so I'm still working out all the kinks. But because I know the video quality just blows. I'm using my webcam on my MacBook Pro here, so not the best. Okay, back to the Rhino. So fit and finish, for my tastes, are stunning on this thing. I mean, it is, well, I'm surprised it was even that drop sheddy. It's got the super hydraulic feel that I really love from a Chris Reeve. Like, I want the opposite of drop sheddy. I want it to never drop shed. Like, that is what I want. I want to make sure I'm arcing it open and closed with my fingers. I like to keep my knives relatively sharp, and I don't like to fucking cut myself, which is funny because I got a good one on my thumb that's just barely starting to heal right now. Traveling is the spice of life. F the Rona. God damn, F the Rona. Dude, how much horseshit is all this crap? God damn. It's like all I can do to not do a podcast. Or, I mean, I actually have recorded a few audio podcasts that I might release at some point, but it's been so hard for me not to do a controversial YouTube video for my 18 people that watch these videos, because god damn it, dude, I got a lot of thoughts on it. I'm pretty sure the whole point of it is to make sure that the most wealthy people continue to stay wealthy and everybody else tanks. I'm pretty sure it's intended to make the middle class disappear. That's what I think, in a nutshell. But goddamn, this is a typical fucking Archman video. It's supposed to be talking about a goddamn knife, and we're talking about fucking conspiracy theory. But goddamn, how awesome is the large Sebenza? I mean, come on. Large Sebenzas are the shit. My main large Chris Reeves that I carry is an Nkosi. I just really like the Nkosi. I like the extra beef, the extra heft. But man, an Nkosi is just not as sexy as a Sebenza. And I think this, I'm really washed out there. Sorry, I've got a light kind of obviously right here. I think, sorry, this is so washed out. I think the Rhino is just the coolest of these graphics that have the big five or whatever they call it. It's like the the cheetah, the water buffalo, the rhino, and I think they're going to do a lion and an elephant next. So yeah, those should be really cool. God, but if that water buffalo was blasted like this, how cool would that be? I mean, even my who's in earshot, beautiful wife, was like, that water buffalo is fucking awesome. But it's the fucking shiny shit, right? Like, I don't like the shiny shit on the computer generated graphics. And this thing, I do believe they actually, I got the box right here. They call it a CGG, but these fuckers are laser etched. I'm pretty sure. I think even the hoof print is laser etched. I love the hoof print too. I think that's like the Rhino hoof print. Is that not the craziest little like shape on there? How cool is this thing? So I'm just going to be all over the place here. The biggest like setback for me with this series and any of these knives is that Chris Reeve won't refurbish them, which I think fucking sucks. I think they ought to. It's same with the woods. I think if you're just like, hey man, fucking bead blast that shit. I don't care what you do. Just like get rid of those scratches, whatever. They should just do it. Like it's I really wish they would do that. It's a bummer that that they're just like, no, sorry, that's not how it's supposed to be. So it's supposed to be either pristine or fucking scratched up. So I think that's kind of a bummer. That's the only like thing that like I'm like, do I worry about that or not? But I've never had a Chris Reeve refurbished. Actually, this one got refurbished because they replaced the lock side, because it the other one that had the best action that I've ever had ended up having terminal fucking slip, where I could literally just like put my thumb on the spine and close it, no problem, not pushing hard or anything. So that's kind of alarming. But what I decided was, how bitching would this thing look if it was like totally scratched up, and like, even if the Rhino got so faded that you could like barely see the Rhino, it still would be fucking bitching. So that's kind of what led me to just go ahead and slip it on in the pocket, boys. Also, fuck, man, it's a Reeve, you know. I mean, this thing's gonna hold its value. It doesn't fucking matter if I ever, decide I want to sell half my collection to buy more tools or whatever it is that I decide to do. Protect Malibu. Big for both makers. Yeah, I know, man. I was in Amsterdam a couple of years ago, and I went to I can't remember the name of the shop, but a fucking badass knife shop in Amsterdam. I mean, they had fucking Rocksteads and more Rocksteads, and actually I can't really remember what all they had, but it was like lots of fancy knives. And I was talking to them about Chris Reeves, and they just were like, dude, we get so fucked on them that the value is not there, so but he was like, if you come back though, I'll definitely slip you a few $1,000. You can bring me some fucking Chris Reeves. And I was like, if I go back, 100%, I'm gonna bring him at least one or two, just because fuck the man, I mean, that's horse shit. What do you guys pay for a fucking RA? So what do you guys pay for like a Sebenza? Like say like a regular, what is the small Sebenza, $350? Is it all of it? All USA made knives? Obviously it is. You guys got the taxes and all that shit, import taxes, dude. So Brave Sig, I don't know. It's funny is like, this shit really wasn't really on my radar at all, just because none of the graphics really are. But this is different, Also, like the chainmail, yeah, 350. Nixis, yeah. Buffalo and the Rhino are the two best graphics. Yeah, this thing's gonna look great with some wear on it. The Buffalo is the shit, man. If the water Buffalo had the was blasted instead of polished or whatever they want to call the scale, it would definitely be awesome. Just the way the horns stick off and everything, it's fucking super cool the way that looks. I will certainly be kind of keeping an eye out on the rest of them. I feel like the Rhino is cooler than the Lion is, but the Elephant might be cool. Elephants are pretty cool. $450 for a small, so $100 taxes. Jesus, but you can probably also sell it for a good price too, as long as you keep it in England. But who's going to pay for that? $300 for a small 31. Well, that's a good deal. Fuck, man, I've seen small 31s go for like $275, which is the shit. How fucking awesome would that be? Even if it is all marked up, that's like not even a super fancy Spyderco price. I mean, that's worth it all fucking day, every day, even if it's totally beat to shit. Add $100 to each model on a good day. Yeah, man, that's a bitch. Yeah, secondary, I imagine. I personally, I don't know, man. Here's how I look at it with the secondary market stuff. And this is not like advertisement for like a knife maker or anything like that. I just like I like to know where my shit has been. I like to know every fucking thing that it's gone through. For me, if I say I buy a regular large Sebenza for $450 or whatever, and I fucking use it, I'm not the type to completely fuck up my knife. I might drop it, or like in the case of, let's see here, this large 21. In the case of this large 21, it has some marks right here where my tape measure at work was scuffing up against it one day. I was just like one day of accidentally doing that. I mean, that kind of shit happens. But say worst case scenario for a small Sebenza, I turn around and have to sell it for $250. That's $100 loss. But if I carried that knife every day for a year, that's worth $100 to me. I don't know. But at the same time, I'm weird with money. Like I'm always like thinking about, oh, you know, like this is what I did with that. I'm not like very frugal, but I'm at the same time, I'm always like reasoning shit out. So I'm just like, of course I'll loan you somebody $100 because like I might have spent that in 1 week just fucking going to the bar a couple times and getting lunch once, you know, like, so it's, I don't know. Small 21, large 21, which cost me over 1,000 fucking pound. Or yeah, Jesus, or euro. Sorry. Oh my God. Oh no, that's pound. Sorry. So 1,250 Adara. Jesus Christ. Well, that's fucking sexy though. So like you go to like a knife meet or whatever and break out a Chris Reeve in Europe and they're just like, where you do that here and they're like, whatever, check out some weird shit like a Curtis or something like that, like a fucking Medford. And like, it's weird how we all have like our own tastes and stuff. And you're just like, you don't even fucking use that knife, man. Come on now. But yeah. Who brought the asshole? But yeah, what other surprises might I have had? Oh, so large. This is my first large 31. I was a little bit concerned about the slanted clip. I guess we're still in the era of transitioning from 21 to 31. So I was a little bit concerned about the slanted clip because the way that now that I'm holding this, it is still better though. The way that the clip lies flat on the regular 21 is extremely comfortable. Like the calluses in my fingers right here, just right across here, sit like perfectly right on top of the clip. So it's just like boom, but it's not like I'm pressing down on the clip because it's like cupped in my hand back here. So I don't know how to explain it, but it fits really, really well. Where on the 31, it's definitely not a big deal, but it's more there, right? So I'm not super sure how I feel about canting the clip on the 21s and 31s. It doesn't make that big of a difference to me. I feel like if they were going to do something with the fucking clip for the 31, like I said on my Carter review, they should have just made it milled. Like, I mean, like they did on the Impinda, this little curvy bitch right here. Like they should have definitely done that. I feel like they could have raised their prices $20 on every single knife. Nobody would have given a fuck. They would have been like, sweet, cool machine clip and whatever. That being said, most people who are Chris Reeve Knives people love the fucking stock clip, this bent clip. I absolutely do too. But when you put this clip next to like a Shirogorov clip or something like that, come on, son. Shirogorov clips are the shit. Like, how could they not be learning a couple things from Shirogorov, especially when they have those knives in their shop? A lot of you are probably familiar. There's like the collaborations between Chris Reeve Knives and Shirogorov. So like Shirogorov is shipping Chris Reeve Knives, folding knives, and they're machining, you know, unique patterns into them. Like, dude, hold on to that fucking thing. Carry it for a few days. See what's up. Because like, you know, Shirogoros are the shit, man. I mean, they really are. The only reason I don't have Shiros anymore is because I've dealt with the warranty process, and I feel like warranties at least can be inevitable when you're a knife user. You're 43 too. What's your birthday? August 10 here. August 10, 43. Large and cozy for work. Turned off by the grooves at first. Now they think they're groovy. Dude, I will say, man, you get that large and cozy in your hand, and it, for me at least, I wear extra large gloves, and it just fucking it's like an otter's pocket. Your fingers just go right fucking in there, son. 1977. I'm a fucking 77 too. 77's a good year, right? I feel like if I was to, to create my own reality and be in a simulation, I would have chosen 1977. It just seems like a good year. Hmm. Nice, dude. You did pick up an Impinda. I think you're gonna like it. I'm really excited to hear your thoughts on it. I hope you got like a newer one. I do believe that Chris Reeve Knives is. It's not like they're motherfuckers. I mean, they're my favorite knives, obviously, but they're not just like I will not mess with my tooling. They're trying to make their shit better and quicker and just better and quicker. So I mean, they're doing their best. And at the end of the day, they do better than 90%, easily 90% of the companies out there. They meet the standards of, say, like a Holt or something like that, or like a fucking Grimsmo or something like that. It's just that they don't have a bunch of fucking weird ass bells and whistles and goofy ass fucking shit on there. So I mean, you get the machining of. I mean, again, to me it doesn't work this way about how I'm going to say, like, you get the machining of a higher end knife but at a lower price with a Chris Reeve knife. That's just kind of how I feel about it in this day and age. They still are the standard, right? Chris Reeve knives, they are the standard to which all else is compared, but they're kind of a more simple knife, right? Which I fucking love. Like I that's one of my favorite things about him. Like, you look at like even a Shirogorov or those Holt shit, I'm gonna fuck up the model number. I just won't say it. The what's the company that makes the Spectre? I can't even remember. But you look at some of those knives and they're fucking goofy looking. I mean, you're like, it might as well be like a Walmart Kershaw because it just kind of has a funky fucking futuristic ass design or whatever. And that kind of is not appealing to me. Like, I like it to be modern and classy. And I think like a 31 really pulls that off pretty well, you know, even though it's a damn near the same shape as the fucking original piece of Sebenza that Chris Reeve himself designed, and also designed the 21 and the 31 and the classic, and obviously the regular and all of them. But let's see it here. More of a collector than a user, but I just want a Riate Mini Horizon D. Damn, I still think I'm trying to sell it for my first Sebenza left-handed. Fucking do it. And then use it in that left hand. But dude, seriously, man, like, that's the thing, is like, I don't I can understand how somebody would buy, like, there's these fucking the high-tech gear, like coins or whatever. The guy is making these poker chips. I get it. Buy a fucking $150 poker chip because you can sell it for $250, But, and I get it, because that's like something, maybe it's an EDC item, but most people aren't going to EDC that thing. They appreciate it because it's a collector's item. Or like fucking a fancy chess set or something like that. Yeah, I appreciate it so I get that with a knife, but at the same time, this thing is supposed to be a tool. So, like, in my opinion, if a person's going to be a knife guy, I think you got to use it. I mean, make sure buy two. Then, if you're going to be a collector, use one, collect one. But man, like, that you don't lose a lot by using these things, right? I mean, the price doesn't depreciate very much. And a wiser person than myself once said, buying fucking knives is no smart way to invest money. It just isn't. I mean, you're not going to see that much of a turnaround. You might see a turnaround. You know what I mean? Those people who held on to their regular Sebenzas, the old regular Sebenzas, and didn't use them. I mean, it's like, yeah, cool. You paid, I think, let's see, I think back in the day, a small regular was like $305. Now that's a fucking $600 knife. So you did pretty good, but at the same time, you sat on that $300 for, when did the regulars go out? 2007, 8, something like that. 2008. Sat on that $300 for fucking 12, 13 years, and you doubled your money. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's a great investment to me. My time, my experience on planet Earth is what I invest in personally. So that basically means I'm going to get my fucking hands dirty. Like, when I'm actually pretty big into philosophy and like just there was a time when I was like really into like the meaning of life. And what I kind of personally discovered for myself is that the meaning of life is just to live a physical existence and to be the unique perspective in the universe of this entity, um, in a matter of a minute perspective in the fact that like we are all one. So like whatever the fuck it is I do with my experience on this planet, I accomplished it. It doesn't matter. Like, so like all I'm here to do is experience physical reality. So like literally all I have to do is feel this piece of paper in my hand. That's it. I felt cause and effect. I fucking lived life. The whole rest of my life is free. I get to do whatever the fuck I want now because I've already done everything that I was here to do. That it might be like a weird way to look at it, but that's kind of the way that I look at it. So yeah, those poker chips are wild, man. The high tech ones. I want to buy one just to see what they're all about. I definitely enter every single one of their fucking lotteries. Haven't won one though yet. I like the lottery system though better than the drop system. I think when I do my shit, I probably will do drops at first, but I want to eventually do lotteries just because I like it better than just like the first couple assholes with the fucking right software and the fucking highest bandwidth get to buy all my fucking chips because that's how you see it. Like, I mean, right? It's like you see the collectors on these drops with the fucking EDC gear, and it's like some of these assholes have like 20 of this item, whatever it is. And I say assholes in a very loving way, but and it's like, how does that even happen? Like so. It shouldn't be more spread out, but it doesn't fucking bother me. Like I need a goddamn $150 titanium poker chip. I don't. Gotta use the damn thing. I'm no collector. I don't care for the resale value. They're mine. All mine. That's some heavy stuff, man. Is it heavy? I don't know. I feel like it's the best way to take it light, but take life lightly rather than like dwell on fucking what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to make the world a better place? Am I supposed to leave no trace? Am I supposed to, no, you're not. You're just supposed to fucking be here and experience life. Love, cry, smoke weed. Right? Yeah, no, those chips are cool. Yeah, the anodized stuff. The thing I like about those anodized chips is if you were to carry one in your pocket or whatever, I like how anodization wears like in like where there's like deeper recessed milled out parts and higher parts, like it'll be like worn off the higher parts and like a little bit lighter in the middle of the recessed parts and super dark around the edges of the recessed parts and all that kind of stuff. I think that looks really cool. So like to take an anodized part and throw in like a like a stone washing machine, does some cool shit. That's fucking goddamn right, man. Nobody, and also, yeah, definitely don't leave a beautiful corpse. That's also important. Leave a fucked up corpse, and hopefully, not too young and not too old, right? It was like I think Bill Hicks said, he's like, if you quit smoking, it'll add 10 years to your life. He's like, those are the fucking adult diaper years. You can keep them or whatever. That's kind of a funny way to look at it. But yeah, I guess in summation here with the large Rhino, yeah, I bought this with the intention for it to be. I'm gonna buy one of those cool like glass IKEA like retro looking enclosures for some of my shit that I have, and even though it's just like EDC shit that I'm rotating out, I think that'd be pretty fun to have down here in the basement. I'm waiting till after we redo the floor and fucking tear these cabinets out, and I'm gonna do a row of like white cabinets over here. But yeah, so it went in the pocket, and I think this thing belongs in the pocket. To be honest, I in a lot of ways, Chris Reeve Knives is, they can be hit or miss. I think we all know that, and it seems to be. I used to argue the fact that like, a Benchmade knife, you could easily go, and if you were able to look at 20 of the exact same model, and if you really knew what you were looking for, you could be like, I want a specific blade grind, whether that's like a thick one because you're going to beat the fuck out of it, or a thin one because you want it to be a slicer, and like, or a really aggressively tight lock because you want to be a little bit rowdy without it unlocking, or you want a really loose lock because you want it to be fucking easy to open and close, or whatever it is. You could go through those 20 Benchmades, and you could definitely narrow it down to one that meets the middle ground of your specifications. And because they're all over the place. And I would always be like, but if you were to get 100 Sebenzas, back in the day, you would be really hard pressed to choose between one. You might be able to be like, these 5 are not for me, but like the rest of them, the other 95, like you probably would be fine. But I'm finding a little bit more variation these days. So yeah, that's another reason why I decided to go ahead and keep this here large 31. So yeah, we'll see how this thing. Also, it kind of is going to mark the beginning of me starting my machining business, right? I bought this like just like 2-3 days before I bought my machine. So, or put the down payment on the machine. It's going to be another month. Yeah, I tell you what, man, it's so yeah, Drew said he will literally pay extra to handle them and handpick them. There's something to be said about being able to go to a dealer, fucking, go out to Blade HQ, have a good time in Utah, and when you're there, pick up a fucking Sebenza. Although I will say, man, like I'm sure all you guys will have noticed that Chris Reeve knives are the most popular they've ever been. They're cranking out the most knives they've ever made, and they also are kind of the not as readily available as they would have been 5 years ago. Any fucking day of the week, if you were like, I want to buy a small Sebenza drop point or whatever it is, small Sebenza in Kosi or in Singo or whatever, you could fucking find it easily. And now Bill Hicks, the legend, no dispute. Dude, if you guys don't know Bill Hicks also, since RA mentioned it, or I mentioned it before and RA confirmed it, go listen to Bill Hicks. Go to fucking YouTube right now, listen to Bill Hicks. Stop watching this shit and go do that because he's the man. He was the fucking man. But dude, like, so that's the only thing about going to a dealer. When I went to buy this, I was hoping to buy a large plane, right? And this is pretty goddamn close to a large plane. I mean, unfortunately, it is $75 more, but it has a fucking cool Rhino on it, right? But so that's the gamble you take if you were to go to Blade HQ, and I mean, go look at fucking Blade HQ's selection right now. You ain't gonna find a fucking plain Sebenza because everybody buys all the damn plain Sebenzas. You know what else is fucking funny? While I'm on this rant, if you're a left-hander, good God, do you have the fucking biggest selection of Chris Reeve knives on planet Earth? Have you guys fucking noticed that? If you go look at the stock of any fucking dealer of Chris Reeve knives, it's apparently Chris Reeve thinks there's a whole lot more fucking left-handers than there are in this goddamn world because they are fucking everywhere. I mean, it's like maybe they think everybody wants to fucking double hand that shit. The double flip. Oh, dude, I totally Agent Orange Peel. No, absolutely. I don't think I have any up here right now because I have some of my knives out because I was fucking with them earlier. But yeah, so I have an XM18 that marks when I fucking actually started getting right with my taxes. I think a few years ago. My large Nkosi was one for when I went completely out on my own with my carpentry business. I've got a small Sebenza from when my grandma died. Different things like that. It is awesome that they're lefty friendly, but go look at the stock like right now. You can go to any fucking Chris Reeve knife dealer, and if they, usually it'd be like they have 2 out of 10, maybe 1 out of 10 lefties. Because I mean, lefties are a rare bird. You're lucky, sir. Especially if you get in a fight, you can fucking give them the old fucking Mickey the, what is it? Machine gun. But dude, the fucking lefties are out of control right now. I guarantee you go look at any Chris Reeve knife dealer right now, fucking more than half of their stock is going to be left-handed. Of their in-stock shit is going to be left-handed, which is really funny. But anywho, guys, I'm going to split and do another T, I think. Palabra a tu madre. So the next video, I'm going to announce my fucking new machining venture. If you guys are inclined, you can see I've just started my new Instagram. It's going to be, the company is called Nice Guy Machine Company. So I kind of took a little bit of a poll here with just different names and stuff, and some good guys all decided that Nice Guy Machine was the name. I was thinking Nice Guy EDC, but yeah, if you guys, it's Nice Guy Machine Company. If you guys want to look at my Instagram, there's not much to see now, but pretty soon we'll have renderings up there. I'll probably have t-shirts and stickers and stuff available before I'll have any product. The mill's going to be here in a month. It's probably going to take me another month to have a prototype, and then so I'm thinking 3 months until production, till I really can get really going. So yeah, Nice Guy Machine, niceguymachine.com. Nice Guy Machine Company. Nice guy. I chose Nice Guy because I thought it'd be fun to like call the products like something contradictory to that. So I'd be like, I could make a knife called the Killa and a pry bar called the Zilla or whatever, and just like goofy shit like that. So like that's going to be the idea. But don't let your meat loaf. That's right. My buddy fucking Will the Real Deal used to always say that to me. Don't let your meat loaf, bud. Palabra tu madre, guys. We'll see you next time.